Hi ladies, I'm back with two little babies here today, and they're very tiny. They may not look like it, but they're just on the end of the changing table. So I'm going to show you one and the other because one is closer to the camera. And while I kind of change them today, I'm going to do some, I made up like questions, a Reborn tag myself. So I made that up, and I'm going to answer those questions while I change the babies. And I'm going to send this tag out to Iris Johnson and Katie's Precious Angels Reborn Nursery. Hoping those ladies will have the time to participate. So I'm going to send those questions out to them in this video. And also, if any of y'all would like to participate, please do, and make videos and answer the questions. Or if you don't want to make a video or can't, you can answer some of the questions in the comments. I would appreciate to see your answers. So here we go. We're going to show, this is the Caleb sculpt from Bountiful Baby. He's about 13 inches long. I reborned him some time ago, a few years ago. And he's very sweet. He's like the baby, he's a micro preemie baby, so he would be the size of about 25 week baby in the baby mama's belly, and he just got something on his face. Oh goodness, I don't know what he's got on his face. I just noticed that. I'm gonna have to work on that. I guess I call it a beauty mark right now. He's got a little dot on his face. I'm not sure where that came from. It looks like something rubbed off on him, probably, because I know I didn't put that there. Anyway, he's gonna have a dot on his face. But there he is. I did the painted hair on him. And what I like too about him is that I put rings in his limbs so that he can hold a pose. And I'm gonna show you, and I'll watch him make a liar of me. I'm gonna try to show you a pose. He can hold his pose. Well, he can do it right here, see? He can hold his pose like he's holding his foot or playing with his foot, and have rings in his limbs. So this is the Caleb sculpt, and have a ring in his neck, and I call him Hari, which is a Hebrew name for life and conception. And he is one of my blessing babies. I consider my blessing babies, and I'll tell you more about that in some future videos. I know I've been promising that I'm going to get the blessing babies out. They're just taking me longer than expected, but I will get them out to you. So we'll show you him, and then I'm going to move him over. Little Harry, I'm going to move him over and show you this silicone boy. He is slightly smaller, not a whole bunch. I think he might be about maybe 12 inches. He's a little bit smaller. And he is a snuggle baby sculpt. He's called Born Too Soon. And I did lightly paint him, but as you can see, the paint didn't take too well. And it's not the problem of the silicone, is because that's when I first started painting silicone sometime. Anyway, I'm going to repaint him, add him some more details. He's a little bit of a biracial sculpt, and I just love his, look at how deep and open his mouth is. He can actually take a regular passy, but I give him this little, toy passy, preemie passy. So he is really pretty. He's got some nice details, and you can see his little ribs because he's born so early. And you can see the snuggle babies usually do have a pore line or a seam line, but that's okay because they are priced accordingly. They're nice sculpts if you're just starting out collecting silicone babies. Are fairly inexpensive, and or if you just want to start painting silicone babies, they're good to paint on. It's a little bit firmer silicone, but it's still Ecoflex. So there he is, and I named him Precious, and he is anatomically correct. He has little boy parts, and he's actually wearing a Baby Alive diaper. He's wearing a Baby Alive diaper because he's so tiny. And if you have some micro preemie babies, and this is actually a knockoff brand of a cheaper brand of the Baby Alive diapers. So you can get these at Walmart, and I think it's like $4 or $5 for 11, which is good price. So if you have micro preemie babies and you want to find some cheaper diapers for them, you can get them at Walmart. And look how cute they are. They got little animals on there. But that's an alternative if you like to find some cheaper diapers instead of spending tons of money for your micro preemies. So I'm going to try to do these questions that I made up and change the babies at the same time. We'll see how that goes. And I think I'm just going to put this white, it's a micro preemie, just plain white sleeper. And I'm going to put this, I'm just going to put it right over this clothes because he's tiny and it'll help him fit. So the first question that I made, this is a dolly, I call it a dolly tag questions that I made up. How did you get into Reborns? It's a funny story. How I got into Reborns was, it was around November or early December. I was looking for an elf on a shelf, the little doll elf on a shelf, or the elf for Christmas. And I started looking them up on eBay, and I happened to come across Reborn dolls. And then as soon as I saw them, I fell in love with them, and I didn't get the elf on the shelf. I ended up getting a Reborn instead. And that is the way that I see this is going to be real big on him, but it's okay. It's okay. He's tiny. He's got spindly little legs. Both of them do, actually. So I'm just going to put him in this, and it's going to be quite large, big on him. This fits usually like a 15-inch baby. But we're going to put it on him, and it's going to be big, but it's going to be okay. Okay, the second question is, what are your pet peeves when buying or collecting Reborns? My pet peeves are if their hands and feet and head, I guess everything, if they don't look in proportion, if the hands and feet don't look proportionate to the head, they look off, then that bothers me. So that's one of my pet peeves. The head and limbs have to be what I think look like proportioned. Like one not too big more than the others. See, there's little Harry, and he is, like I said, it's going to be very big on him. He swims in that, but it's okay. He can swim in it for a little bit. What are your favorite things about Reborns? My favorite things about Reborns is they really show me the innocence of babies, and it's like a happy place for me. I just love that, and I love making babies and sharing them with people, and I try to show the love of Jesus and the love to people through my making my Reborns. So there's little Harry, means life in Hebrew. We're going to move him over. Like, he's so tiny I can just pick him up with one hand. Move him over, and I don't have a lot to put on Precious here because he is so tiny. He doesn't have a lot of clothes. As you know, the micro preemie clothes are very difficult to find and very expensive. So I just have this one little shirt for him. This was handmade. It was a set. It's got an elephant on it, and it's blue. And that was made for him, or it was bought for him. Did you collect dolls as a child? Yes, I did. I collected dolls as a child, all kinds of dolls. Of course, they didn't have Reborn dolls then, and I still have some of my dolls. I collected Cabbage Patches. I collected vinyl dolls. I really enjoyed dolls and taking care of them as a child. Do you role play or treat your Reborn babies as real babies? I guess the answer to that would be yes, I do, because I do make videos, but I interact some with my babies, even not on video. I do treat them, I guess, as you would say, real. I know they're not real, but I treat them like real. I talk to them, and if they're set up in my room when I'm passing by, I'll talk to them. So I do treat them as real. Do you have any emotional attachment or special meanings to some of your Reborns? Yes, I do. Some of my Reborns are made after my son at different ages, so I'm obviously attached to those. I also have some, I find the most that I have attachment to are the ones that are made after family members. I also have some that favor my dad's side of the family, so I'm emotionally attached to those. I have some that came from my best friend, so I'm attached to those. And not every single one of my Reborns has an emotional attachment, though, or a theme, as they say. But some of them do, I guess, put it that way. And the ones that do have emotional attachment, those end up being my forever babies, I've noticed. So these would be cool if y'all could answer some of these either with video or on the comments. I'd love to know, especially to answer that question, if any of your babies have, reborn babies have you have an emotional attachment to, and what is it? What is a way to support or interact with the dog community? Well, a way that I do is, as y'all know, I make videos. I talk on the dog pages. I have made some really great friends through the dog community, some best friends, in fact. So those are ways. And I think another way, with all the reborn drama going on, I think another way, see there, he's done. And it just ties, little bow ties in the front. This little fleece shirt. So he's going to lay there. Another way, especially with all this dolly drama, I think to support the community is, instead of buying into the dolly drama, people are going to always have drama over something. Instead of buying in and taking sides of the drama, or necessarily giving their opinion about it, or getting into it, the gossip and things like that. Instead of doing that, I think we should all try to reach out to each other and lift each other up, encourage each other, instead of tearing each other down and get involved in gossip. And I think I just answered the next question. How can we improve the reborn dog community? That's what I would say, how we can improve it. Is don't get into the gossip and don't take sides in the dolly drama with people and videos. Don't go make videos and say, I take this side, I take that side of the person that are fighting. And just instead of doing that, encourage each other, find a way to encourage and uplift each other. Daily, I would at least pick one person and make a nice comment to them and encourage them. What is your dream reborn sculptor baby? I guess my dream one, or my favorite one, would be Saskia. As y'all know, I think I have 4 Saskias, 3 or 4 Saskias. I can't keep count. I really do love that kit, and I have them. They all look different, painted differently, and I really obviously enjoy Bonnie Brown sculpts, because I have 3 of her sculpts, including the Saskia. And that just answered the next question. Do you have a favorite sculptor or reborn artist? Yes, I would just say one of my favorite sculptors is Bonnie Brown. I don't know if I have any. I do have some reborn artists that I really like their work, but I don't know if I could say a favorite. So I'm not going to really say favorites. And I also have dolly friends that are artists, and I really enjoy their work too. I think that was all the questions, so I go into those questions kind of fast. So if y'all like to answer those questions yourself, like I said, you can answer them in the comments. You could, or you could make a video if you have video channel. So I thought that was just something fun to do. And I know you're not supposed to leave reborn vinyl dolls next to the silicone, but just for a few moments it will be okay, because I'm watching them and they're not really touching. Their silicone and vinyl is not really touching right now, because there's cloth in between. Anyway, so anybody, if you're all getting concerned, don't be concerned. It's okay. Anyway, I just want to show you these. I don't show these little fellas very often. They do go in my Blessing Baby group of dolls, or pro-life. I just want to show them because I don't show them very often. I'm not even sure if you've ever seen Little Precious here, or if you have, you may not remember him. I don't show him often at all. But I am going to repaint him soon. Add some more details on. And little Harry here. He's slightly bigger, I think, than his brother. In some ways, he's longer, but his head is actually the same size. It's a little Harry there. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm glad to finally get back to making videos today. And just on a side note, really quick, I've just been so busy. My washer like halfway broke, my clothes washer, and the spin cycle is not working correctly. So I decided that to try to save money, instead of spending $500 or $600 on a washer, the main problem with the washer is not wringing the clothes out the way it should, but other than that, it's washing. So I was wringing the clothes out by hand before I put them in the dryer, and that's what happened. I don't know if you can see that. It made my thumb raw. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to get down, decide to get a washer. So that's what I've been so busy with. And you don't realize that it makes me feel for the ladies in the olden days when they didn't have washers and dryers and things like that, when they had to do stuff by hand, because I was just wringing out by hand, not washing by hand or drying by hand. But anyway, so that made me really busy, and I was way behind on laundry. It takes 3 or 4 times longer to do the laundry at one load. Anyway, I'm going to break down and get a new washer because it's just too much time and wear on my hands to do like that. But anyway, that's just a daily life thing that was keeping me busy that I thought y'all could identify with, because everybody has, small things they go through. And like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that that's why I've been kind of busy lately, because I know that I am very blessed, as we all are. And I appreciate everything that God gives me, and every day is a gift. So I will talk to y'all soon. I appreciate each and every one of you, and give me some comments about some of those questions, answers if you would like to, and I will be back soon. Stay safe and stay blessed.